Hey, whippersnappers, it's Toy with the Gray. Welcome you to an exciting new series here on the channel. I'm super excited to bring this series to you guys because it is one of my all-time favorite game series ever. The Jak and Daxter series is an old-style platformer that was originally, the trilogy was originally run on the PS2. It's 2016. The first one, I believe, was released in 2001. So this game's, the original that we're going to be playing today is over 15 years old. But honestly, Jak and Daxter is in my top 3 favorite game series of all time, if not my absolute favorite. And that's including games like Pokemon and things like that. So when I say that, understand that means a lot from where I'm coming from. And it's one of those games that I wanted to bring to the channel since the very, very beginning. The absolute beginning of the channel. Tomorrow is my 3-year anniversary on YouTube. So, 3 years ago tomorrow, the first episode of the Hexathlock went up, and even back then, this was one of those games that I wanted to bring to you guys. Even in my description still today, it says, I want to expose you guys to video game classics of the past and present, and this is one of those classics that I think was underappreciated in its time, but that I love almost more than any other game that's ever been made. And so I'm really excited to bring this one to you guys today. It's a trilogy, and we're going to be running through them all here on the channel. But we're obviously starting at the beginning with Jak and Daxter here. Jak and Daxter: The Precursor Legacy is the first game. And so Jak is the guy with the yellow hair and the blue tunic, and Daxter's the little orange guy. So let's jump right into it, guys. I'm super excited to bring this series to you guys. I hope you guys will give it a shot, and that you guys will enjoy it. I'm testing out my Elgato HD capture device for the first time too, so I'm playing this on the console. This is a digitally remastered collection for the PS3. I think it was put out for the 10-year anniversary or something like that. And it's been developed by, this game series was developed by Naughty Dog, which you guys might remember. It was also the developers of games like Uncharted and The Last of Us. Crash Bandicoot was also theirs. You guys remember that far back, Crash Bandicoot? And so I'm really excited to bring this game series to you. 2001 was when the original came out there. So it's like I said, it's like an old style platformer, kind of akin to like Banjo-Kazooie and things like that. Ratchet and Clank, kind of similar, I guess. Naughty Dog and Insomniac Games, who made Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter, were friends. So developed by Naughty Dog there. And this game series, we were a Nintendo family growing up, so we didn't really have a PlayStation until much later. We didn't have a PlayStation. We ended up getting a PS2 at one point. But my first exposure to the game was actually, we lived in Florida at the time, and our neighbor, we're gonna start a new file. I did a little bit of playtesting just to kind of get the audio right and things like that. Hopefully it ends up working out. But my first exposure to the game was actually, there's going to be
searching for the answers that my father and my father's fathers failed to find.
So this is an intro. I'm going to let you guys just kind of watch it and enjoy it. And I'll be back with you guys when it's over.
Planet. How did they harness eco, the life energy of the world? What was their purpose? And why did they vanish? I have asked the plants, but they do not remember. The plants have asked the rocks, but the rocks do not recall. Even the rocks do not recall. Every bone in my body tells me that the answers rest on the shoulders of a young boy, oblivious to his destiny, uninterested in the search for truth, and rejecting of my guidance. And why would he want to listen to old Samus the Sage anyway? I'm only the master of Green Eco, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay, as with many of fate's mysteries, it begins with but a small act of disobedience.
Hey! Jak, old green stuff told us not to come here.
This is Misty Island. Inhabited by not great people.
Continue your search for artifacts in Eco. If the locals possess precursor items, you know what to do.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly. The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crap? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay. I'm fine.
Stay calm.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a much-needed bath, but in a bathtub filled with dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages. I would teleport you there, but I can't do that either. None of the three sages that maintain the other teleporter gates have seen fit to turn their ends on for quite a while. The only other way north is by foot through the Fire Canyon, but its volcanic soil is hot enough to melt precursor metal. You can't just walk through it.
But you could fly over it if you had a zoomer equipped with a heat shield. I just happen to be working on such a thing at this very moment. All I would need is 20 power cells to give it enough energy to withstand
Understood.
its heat. Isn't that right, Daddy?
Yes, Kira, that might work. But where are a boy and a half going to get 20 power cells?
From the villagers. Most of them have a power cell or two stashed away somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we got the brave adventurer at least.
Brave adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do anything else, you better go through the warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
Alrighty. So that ends the intro cinematic portion of the game, at least. But we do have, this is kind of a tutorial-y kind of island where we'll get walked through some stuff. I'm going to more or less ignore what, they've got this little floating bot thing that's going to talk to us. But honestly, this is my first time using the Elgato, and so I'm listening to most of the audio on kind of a 2-second delay at about thereabout. So reacting to what they're saying in the moment is going to be a little difficult. I'm sure I'll figure out how to do it differently in the future, but I think I've got it working for the most part, and it's not a huge deal, so I think we're going to just kind of run with it as is. And basically, the main kind of stuff they're going to tell us is just kind of stuff that we'll figure out or that I'll tell you. Largely, like I said, this is a platformer kind of akin to like Banjo-Kazooie, that sort of thing. It's colorful, it's light, you've got the sassy sidekick, and you've got a number of things that you've got to collect. So like in Banjo-Kazooie, you've got the notes you have to collect, and the jigsaw pieces, the puzzle pieces, as well as then you have the jingos. Those same kind of principles apply here. So you'll see up in the top right, you've got these little egg-looking things, and those are precursor orbs. And basically, we will exchange those precursor orbs for power cells, which is kind of this floating atomy looking thing here. And these power cells are basically like the puzzle pieces. We need to use those to unlock certain areas, to get certain items from, like she said, we'll use the precursor orbs to get power cells from the villagers, and then we use those power cells to unlock different areas, whether by powering up a heat shield on a bike or opening up a gate or something to that effect. We also have these scout flies that we just unlocked there, and basically these scout flies, I'm assuming you guys have played Banjo-Kazooie. That's probably a more mainstream type platformer, but essentially there are 7 scout flies in each area, and Kira, the lady with the suspenders and the midriff, she released these into the wild to try and find power cells for us, but the evil enemies have boxed them all up, and so basically we have to unlock them, and once we find all 7 in each area, the final one just happens to have found a power cell, and so we use get that, and we get a spare power cell from them, much like the Jinjos in Banjo-Kazooie. It's very, back in the day, this was a pretty similar formula, but I love the world building in this one, and throughout the trilogy, they just build on that world so much. The second one is a very different game than the first one. This one is very Banjo-Kazooie-esque, kind of light and colorful, and very, very cute in that respect. But then it's kind of like the Star Wars trilogy, where like The Empire Strikes Back was kind of like, the darker, more serious turn. And Jak 2 is very similar to that. It's still, light and things like that in some respects. It's, it keeps the similar flavor and everything like that. But, the series really does develop as you go on. It's very cool. It doesn't get stagnant. And so I'm really excited to bring this game to you guys. Now, one of the core components here that we haven't really talked about, they've talked about it a little bit in the overlay thing, is this thing called Eco. And Samos mentioned that a couple of times. Daxter fell into a vat of dark Eco, which transformed him into this little orange Otzely creature. It's a ferrety creature, but it's called an Otzel in this world. And so the green Eco that we've been finding in chests and stuff like that, that's going to be like our health meter. There's also then blue Eco, which we have used. Blue Eco, as you guys may have seen, is used to open gates like this one. It helps attract things, so chests will explode near us, and the things in those chests will be attracted to us. Precursor orbs will be attracted to us, things like that. You can find little amounts of those, and then there's a meter down in the bottom right there that'll indicate how much of that you have. So you can find little amounts of it. You can also find vents like this one, which are going to give you a full charge of it. And use it for maximum time. And so then we charge ourselves up. Oh, no! We're going to get eaten by a shark here briefly. Probably. Where is he? Where's the lurker shark? Are we actually going to be able to get out of here? Normally when you fall in the water, you die. Oh, hey! I guess tutorial world for the win. Which actually works. It looks like this is an area we skipped. Sometimes it's been a while since I played this game. This is one of my all-time favorite games, but it's probably been... I first bought this digitally enhanced collection, so you can see the blue Eco there being attracted to, or the things in the chest being attracted to us because of the blue Eco we had. Alright, anything else down here that we've neglected to explore? You get power cells for things like if you collect all the precursor orbs in an area, things like that, you'll get extra power cells, which will help us unlock different areas of the game. And let's, here we go, head up this way. Looked like there was some stuff back here that maybe we missed, but getting used to all the cameras and things like that are going to be a bit of a challenge for me, just because it's been a while since I played the game, and you know, I don't play a lot of console gaming in general these days, so it should be interesting, me getting it figured out. But we'll get it figured out for sure. Okay, so we've got, I think that's most things back this way, so let's head back up here, and we'll get... Go! Ooh, not enough of a charge. Okay, so let's get the vent going here, and then we'll head back over to the doorway. Being charged with blue eco, as I said before, will power the vent or the doorways and other type things like platforms and other stuff like that, allowing us to get in. So there we go, another power cell there, which is exciting. Daxter doing a little break dance in celebration, which opens up another area here, so we'll be able to get more precursor orbs. Nope. Gotta get.
Kinds of precursor artifacts that have
Want to make sure we don't get eaten by a shark in here. I don't think we will. Certainly if we didn't outside, then we won't here. But we'll find different things scattered around. Kind of one of the things of this world is there's a great civilization that came before us, and we're looking to figure out the secrets of that civilization. So like some of this kind of coppery looking stuff that we'll see all around was built by a race called the Precursors, which Samos and the others try to decipher and things like that. They're the ones who left the orbs and the power cells. Yeah, so he's talking about the green eco now. But basically that's just going to be our life bar. We get basically 3 hits before we die, and then I think like... I don't even remember how many exactly little green orbs it takes to fill us in, but now do we double jump? Alright, I think that must be all of them. Alright, so we get the little green orbs. You get enough of those that'll fill in a section of your health.
Jump again in the air to reach even higher ledges.
Okay, we're just basically doing tutorial-y stuff here. Okay, so there we go. We got all 50 precursor orbs on Geyser Rock, which is this little tutorial area that we're in. I think this will probably end up being the last power cell in this area as well. And that'll close out this area. I should mention, this is not going to be a tutorial 100% completion type... Ouch. Whoops. Not going to be a tutorial 100% completion type run. We're going to be doing a Let's Play. And so if you're looking for, like, find every precursor orb, this is probably not going to be the place to go. Yeah. Or that's the only place we can go, I think. But yeah. So that's basically going to be as good as it gets. We're just going to be playing through...
That's nothing compared to the challenges that lie ahead.
And no problem. We got the moves, eh, Jack? We love to stay in the green, but we're itching to get on with our adventures.
Fine, fine. Adventure away then. And while you're out adventuring, why don't you make yourself useful? My darn green eco-collectors are clogged up again. Head out to the far side of the beach and clear them out, why don't you? Follow the lamps. They'll take you right there. Now, all of you, get out of here!
And with that, I think we will get out of here. We got all the tutorial stuff down, and next time we will pick up with finishing, or starting off this journey, starting off, oh man, the camera's doing all kinds of fun stuff. We'll be starting off this journey by heading over to Sandover Village. There's many different sections, so basically, how many of these can we actually look at this point? So basically, we've unlocked Geyser Rock and Sandover Village. Each area has about 6 power cells that you can get in that given area. For the most part, some have more, some have less. But basically, you know, we can come here and look at, you know, the stats for each area, make sure we've kind of cleared everything out. It'll give us kind of an idea of all that kind of stuff. But basically, we're going to try and do one area per... area per episode. And I think right now we're at about 20 minutes, give or take. A little bit more, a little bit less, whichever. But I think we'll probably start off with Sandover Village next time, where we'll get some more interaction with the villagers, figure out what they need, and all of that. But yeah, I'm really excited to bring this series to you guys. Please leave a like on it if you're excited as well. And I hope you guys will give it a shot, because this is one of those series that really means a lot to me. And you know, as you know, kind of, I'm starting it as kind of a 3rd-year anniversary celebration. So I hope you guys will enjoy and stick with it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I've been Torma the Great, and you guys have been great. Let me know what you guys think. And I'm excited to bring you guys the next episode next week. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Have a good one.